welcome to another episode of Mic Drop Monday. I am so excited. I'm your host, Minister Robinson, but it's never really about me. It's about the motivation that these great speakers are bringing to the table. They're bringing it to you right now. We have Allure, we have Latif, we have Cameron, and we have Jennifer, and they're going to drop some gems. But enough from me. I think we should get started with Mic Drop Monday nowish.
Thank you for having me on another episode of Mic Drop Mondays. I'm very honored to be here today and to have the opportunity to speak into something that's been weighing heavy on my heart since the last time we talked. The one lesson I wish more people truly did understand, and this lesson has the power to shift the way we see ourselves, our business, our relationships, and our purpose in life. And that is, you don't have to give away your power to honor someone else's. See a pattern of power loss going on sometimes. And too often, especially in our culture, we're kind of taught that when we admire someone, when we see greatness in them, our first instinct is to shrink, to bow our head, to dim our light, to downplay our own wisdom, as if their brilliance means there's less space for ours. But here's what I've learned. Admiration is not the same as submission, and you can respect someone's light without putting out your own. You can clap for them without handing them the mic that was meant for you. The mindset of shrinking when inspired is a very dangerous form of self-erasure, personality erasure, and it starts at a young age, especially for women, especially in our community. We're conditioned to believe that humility means silence, that honoring someone means disowning our own power that we have within ourselves, and that doing that, we never get to kind of own our own power. We don't get to recognize, what our gifts are if we're always looking at someone else's gifts in comparison to our own. We may never fully interpret what our own gifts are in life. And that's not humility. That's a form of self-abandonment. So here are some of the dangers of power loss. When you give away your power, you start to question your own voice. And that's even if you know how your own voice sounds, what your own intuition sounds like. Because you're always used to ignoring your intuition, and you start to tolerate things you are never meant to settle for. And with relationships and friendships, business, this can show up as codependency. I'm sure you've all heard the dangers of codependency, but if not, it means you're thirsty, and it gives desperation and constantly needing an external validation from someone. And it's the reason why so many people get stuck. And really, you don't build legacy from a place of lack. And it's hard to be a parent or to raise children from a place of silence or a place of not knowing what to do, or, when you're by yourself, or you can hop on that podcast or hop on the phone with whoever your mentor is at that moment. It's always good to have those mentors, but you also need to learn how to trust your intuition so that when you get into a place where you need to know what to do next, you can rely on your own intuition and yourself, your mind. So you can't really empower your children if you don't. So if you don't heal, you don't heal by pretending that you're less than what you really are. There's no way to heal like that. So what's the shift in all this? How can we change? How can we admire ourselves while still admiring others? It's admiring others while standing fully in your own power. So it's like, instead of saying, wow, I can never ever do that, shift to, wow, this person is actually showing me what the possibilities are. If they can do this, And this way, with what they're doing, I can take that and I can do something awesome too with what I'm doing. So instead of feeling intimidated by someone's brilliance, let it activate your own. Let it inspire you and cause you to want to learn more and read more and do more. That's how, that works. That's how that should inspire you. It shouldn't make you quit. That's not what that's for. It's like you're taking away from their gift also, if you're just diminishing your own. So, we're not in a competition here. There's room for multiple lights to shine. As we all know, that's what creates the constellation, all the stars, all the different personalities and gifts and beautiful things that God created on this earth. And that's also what creates movement and legacies and helps you make an actual impact. And the people you admire should actually be adding to your flame, not dimming it. So what does this actually mean for us? Especially as women, especially as leaders, mothers, creators, we need to reclaim the idea that power is not a threat. Power it's sacred. It's what allows us to speak life. It allows us to build, to nurture, to connect and correct injustice, and to lead without apology. So if there's one thing I want you to walk away with, it's this. Stop bowing down when you're inspired by someone. Take that inspiration and let it make you stand taller. Receive the message, but stay grounded in your own authority. It's okay to let people inspire you, but don't let them replace your voice with theirs. So if you appreciated this message at all, if it resonated with you, and I would say if you're someone that's ready to stop shrinking, start owning your role as a leader, as a mother, as a builder of legacy, I do invite you to go ahead and connect with me. My goal is to inspire and help women just like you, just like me, walk through personalized strategies, mindset alignments, and legacy building. We have great programs over at Raising Kings. Our goal and mission is to empower single mothers to raise confident and emotionally intelligent young men without losing themselves in the process. And you can learn more about everything we're doing at Raising Kings. That's on Instagram. We have a lot of free resources for communicating with your sons as moms. We deal with a lot of the differences in communications between males and females. So it's like men think totally different than we do as women. So we help facilitate a lot of the communication with moms and their sons. We're also at raisingkings.info, where you can find also all the resources that we have there. Free PDF downloads. We have courses available. And if you ever need advice or anything like that, go ahead and tap in. Feel free to reach out. DM me. We have a whole panel of male mentors who are ready to help our single moms with whatever questions that they have raising their sons, because we know how important it is to have that male aspect in their life. And we have counselors, psychologists, we have it all. And we are ready to serve you and help you on your journey raising your king. So with that being said, let's just stop giving away our power and start standing in it together. And once again, I thank you so much for having me on another wonderful episode of Mic Drop Mondays. I admire everyone that's on the panel with me, and I can't wait to hear all the wonderful things you all have to say. All right.
Hey, how's it going? I'm happy to be here again with you guys this week. This week, we're going to talk about the number one thing that I wish more people understood. And that thing for me is that I wish more people understood that you have to align yourself with the right people. You want people that not just believe in you, but also believe in themselves. Not just believe in the mission and the vision that you are outlining, that you have for yourself, but also have their own unique mission, vision, value, goals for what they're trying to do in their life. So whether it's business, in business, you want to make sure that you have staff, you have administrators, you have people that are on your team that believe in the mission, vision, values, and goals. But I see business and life as one and the same. The same things that cause someone to be successful in business also can allow you to be successful in life. So in life, those same mission, vision, values, and goals you should have for yourself. You know, I have an uncle where for him, he has a family plan. He has a mission statement for their family. He has values and goals set out and outlined for him and his wife, his children, so that they're all on one accord. Same thing in business. You want to make sure that you have a mission, a vision, you have values, you have goals, that you and your team, whether it's your employees, your administrators, whether it's your partners, your stakeholders, your investors, your donors, you want everyone to have the same vision of success. So even in your friendship group, you and your spouse, you all want to have the same vision of success. A lot of us were brothers and sisters in Christ. We have the same vision of success because of the Bible. The Bible is our blueprint. The Bible is our plan. The Bible is the truth that we follow to lead and guide us. You want to take the same blueprint that you get from the Bible, apply it to your life, apply it to the business. And it doesn't have to be exact. But even Jesus had to align himself with the right disciples so that he could expand and push forward in his ministry and the work that he was doing. I'm not asking you to be Jesus. But one of the most important things someone said to me is at least try to emulate Christ. Try to act like him. You're going to fail. We're all imperfect people. And we're looking and pointing at a perfect person as our blueprint. We'll at least strive to be as close to that as possible. And what that perfect person had is he had the right people around him. And so even with us in our imperfection, I want us to strive to align ourselves with the right people. You have friends around you right now that don't believe in what you believe in. They don't see the same, outcomes as successful that you do, right? So you might think that it's important to have a house, have a car, have a job, be abstinent from vice, right? If you have people around you that are drinking and smoking, that are doing other types of drugs, that they're entertaining certain, TV and movies and just content overall that is unhealthy, and you're trying to get to a healthy position, you're trying to get to a standpoint where you can really excel in life, you may not want to continue to have those people around you. I know that sounds bad. It sounds a little egotistical to some, right? But it's not egotistical to just tell somebody, hey, look, the way that we're participating, the way that we're in communion right now is not for me. The things that you glorify, the things that you give your likes, your views, your impressions to, it's not healthy for me in my life. Some people, when it comes to music, they don't realize that the music that you listen to scientifically dictates the environment in your mind that you actually live in. So if you're listening to drill music, you're listening to certain types of hip hop where it's real violent, it's real aggressive, it's real flashy, you may believe that the world around you is like that. But imagine if you're listening to gospel, if you're listening to love music, you listen to soul, hip hop, R&B. Even then, some of that can, be corruptive. But the point of what I'm saying is that you want to listen and view content that is kind of beneficial to you. If you're aligned with the wrong people and you're just allowing what they accept in their life to be what you accept in your life, you can fall into error. So that's just even with your friendship group. Let's say that you have a spouse, a partner, a love interest, someone that you've been courting for a while. Let's say they don't want kids and you want kids. Let's say that they don't believe in spankings and you believe in spankings. I'm not saying you ever need to be putting your hands on a child, but discipline matters. Let's say you all can't come on one accord what positive discipline looks like. They may not need you in their life. And that's not saying you're a bad person because you spank a child, but for them, they may see that spanking isn't necessary. And then vice versa. Let's say that you believe that there's a pat on the bottom that can be constructive and it's not too forceful, but you just pat in any capacity. It's too much for them. You don't want to spend your time, your valuable time, honestly, while you're trying to build and grow and really train up this child in the way that it needs to go, having small petty arguments. Let's say for them, they don't believe in the same politics. They don't believe in the same vision of success for you, your family, and the things that you have to do to get to that end result. you may not be able to be in communion with them. You may not be able to share a healthy and stable, peaceful home because you're not evenly yoked. A lot of times we talk about evenly yoked, we're talking about making sure that two people are able to come on one accord for the outcomes, for the same vision of success. And so I know that I'm touching a few different areas, but I want you to understand that the main point is to align yourself with the right people. The main goal, the number one goal for everyone should always be make sure you have the right people around you. You can't do anything in this life alone. And because you can't do it alone, you can't expect to have people on your team and around you that don't believe in what you believe in, that don't see success the same way you see success. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. But what's not okay is for us to have two very different outcomes for success. So if success for you is we need $100 million to build this business, but success for someone else is, hey, we just need 1,000. Whoa, there is a huge gap in expectation. But that doesn't mean that either one of you are wrong. If you're willing to put in the work to go ahead and get that $100 million, go for it. But you know that other person, their desired outcome is just 1,000. Pay them their $1,000, and that's the price for them to, no longer be a part of what you're doing. And that sounds cutthroat, but at the same time, you may not be able to get to that 100,000 because their workload, their expectation on output for them, their own labor is $1,000. They get to that $1,000, they're more than happy. They're going to take a break for the rest of the year. For you, you're going for that 100 million, so you're going to stay up nights. You're going to work harder, work longer. It's okay. They've already told you who they are, right? And in another capacity, let's say that you have somebody on your team or around you that for them, they're just working to go ahead and get beer money and to go party in the club. Let's say you're not somebody that likes to spend their money frivolously and spend a lot of extra time outside in the club, at the bar, right, in the strip club, on excess, and just in general. You can't be evil. You're not evenly yoked with that person. You can't be in communion. You can't spend your time the way they spend their time. I remember hearing celebrities talk about how they might go to, let's say, an event or an amusement park, and one would splurge and put out, let's say, $10,000 in that one experience, and that other person knows they only have 1,000. You can't spend like he spends. You can't have the same type of experience that he's having in that moment because he's paying $10,000 for his experience. You're paying 1,000. That's not evenly yoked. And again, that shouldn't jeopardize your friendship necessarily because you can't spend what they spend. But at the same time, if you realize you're a little more frugal, right, or you just don't have it, you shouldn't be around someone that's making you feel like you need to up the ante and spend what you don't have. A lot of times in life, that point right there, we overlook. I'm with Earl. Earl spends $10,000 at the bar. I only have 100. I only have 1,000. I might have $1 million, but I might not want to spend my $2 at the bar. Earl just spent 10,000. It's not on me to spend 10,000. It's not on me to spend $100 if I don't want to spend $100. But you shouldn't be around people that make you feel that to have the same experience as them or even be in communion or connection with them, you have to spend what they're spending. Business is a little bit different. If one of us is putting in $100 million work ethic, and you're putting in $1,000 work ethic, cut it, because you're willing to do the work to go ahead and get that $100 million. They're only willing to do the work to get 1,000. That's a little different than spending money, but it can kind of be the same. You work hard for the money that you earn. They work hard for the money that they earn, but if they're only working hard for 1,000 and they're going to spend 1,000, imagine you working hard for 100 million and you don't even want to spend $2. Imagine once they spend that 1,000 or get that 1,000, then spend that 1,000, they're coming back to you looking for another 1,000. They're coming back to you looking for some money. You don't want to put yourselves in that situation where you're now sustaining other people because of your work ethic, because of what you're willing to put in. In business, one of my favorite things is make sure I let my employees know, hey, are we on the same mission? Do we have the same outcome, the same vision of success? Are our outcomes that we're outlining in agreement? I love that, because at any point, the moment it deviates, I know we have to come back to the table. I know that we have to rework our mission, not change it, but we have to identify how we're in alignment on this mission, right? Let's say we're working with a client. The client wants 10 units of their product produced by Tuesday. Let's say I'm working with someone and they want to push it back and make sure the person gets it by Friday. But we believe in outlining expectations with our clients, and we believe in like quick, productive, like immediate assistance. So that means that when they say they want their 10 units by Tuesday, I want to try to have the 10 units by Sunday and then give it to them on Tuesday. If I'm dealing with that person, they wanted to get the 10 units by Friday, we're not in alignment. And they're not understanding that we gave an expectation to the customer that they'll get their units on a Tuesday. So at that point, I have to make a hard decision of, do I keep someone on the team that they just want to, kind of be a little more relaxed? They think that they can bring their 10 units by Friday. I'm sorry, that's not going to jeopardize my mission, my vision, what I outline as being quick and efficient. That also jeopardizes the client's expectation and their view of us, because we come to an agreement that Tuesday they get their 10 units and now they're saying Friday. We can't do that. You don't want to be someone that has to always compromise what you have going on in business because the people you're aligned with. Just make sure that you can always make good on your promises, and then bring people on board with you in business that can help back that up. So if we say Tuesday 10 units, you want everyone in the organization to be prepared to deliver 10 units on Tuesday. And again, like I said, the best is when you have it done by Sunday and you can deliver on Tuesday. You already secured it, right? But you're in position to make sure they get what they need by that Tuesday. That person that wants to wait till Friday, you have to reject that mindset as much as possible. You all are not in alignment. But when you have the right people on board, you have the right vision, the right vision for success, and everyone is aligned with that vision, you can be 10 times as successful as what you ever imagined. In marriage, in business, in your individual friendships, and the things that you're doing with the people around you. All I'm saying is you want to be in alignment. You want to have the right people around you, the right people on board. You want to be communicating with the appropriate people. You want to make sure that everyone around you has the same mission, vision, value, and goals, and that believes in the same outcomes. I know I said a lot today, but I thank you guys for allowing me to kind of work through it and explain different ways that you want to make sure that you're in alignment and have the same people on board that believe in you, believe in the mission, believe in the goals, believe in your values, and then believe that the outcomes that you all identify together can be achieved. So, again, I'm Cameron Montgomery. I'm a young emerging entrepreneur from the Washington, D.C. area. I run a consulting firm. It's called Equipricity. And one of the things I would love to do is offer anyone that's under the sound of my voice the opportunity to get a free discovery session. If you go to equipricity.com, that's EQUIPRICITY.com, and you set up a 15-minute consultation. We'll discuss what your mission, your vision, your values and goals are, and we can see if, one, we can help you get there. And again, thank you for your time. I'm excited to be here and talk to you guys each week. I'm looking forward to the next topic. And again, take care. I believe in you and I believe in your dreams. God bless you and God bless your family.
Hello, Allure Unique here, coming on for Mic Drop Monday, y'all. What's up? It's your girl, Allure Unique. Founder of Real Struggle Strength Motivation, where we turn pain into purpose and hardships into holy hustle. Y'all, hustle. You gotta hunt until struggle turns living into ecstasy. Hunt until struggle turns living to ecstasy. Ecstasy, a state of wonderment and mental clarity to help you get your mind right. Understand that Real Struggle Strength is more than a brand. It is a movement. It is a mindset and a mission. From the streets to the personal sanctuary of the Lord. From brokenness to breakthrough. We teach you how to soar, to step out and rise above the limits. Understand that Real Struggle Strength is meant to help you so that you can understand that you too can come out of anything. We bring you motivation in all types of different segments and all type of different themes, all based off of real street life, real life aspects, yet in a theological way. I also bring forth motivation in events, real life stories, music, merch, and powerful e-learning courses that don't just hype you up, they heal you up. They don't just hype you up, they heal you up. Understand that. Y'all get down with Real Struggle Strength. Y'all gotta get tapped in, get tuned in so that you can get your mind right. So today's topic is, for Mic Drop Monday, what's the one lesson? What's the one lesson that I wish more people would understand? What is the one lesson that I wish more people would understand? So what I want you to understand today is, whether you've been knocked down by life, overlooked by society, or feel like your voice isn't being heard, understand that RSS is your anchor. We drop that real, we drop that raw, the redemption, and we remind you the struggle never stole your strength, it gave birth to it. Now let's dive into this message. So what's the one lesson that I wish more people understand? The one lesson I wish more people understood is that it's your struggle is sacred. Your struggle is sacred. Too many people out here are ashamed of where they come from, trying to delete chapters of their story, afraid to show their scars. But let me tell you something. Your struggle didn't disqualify you, it developed you. And I'm going to say that one more time. Your struggle did not disqualify you, it developed you. You ain't weak because you broke down. You are strong because you got back up. And I'm going to say that one more time. You are not weak because you broke down. You are strong because you got back up. Understand that the fire did not burn you. It branded you for purpose, for power, for the people you're going to help later down the line. You see, we're living in a time where everybody want to flex the highlight reel, but nobody want to reveal the hell they had to walk through to get there. The one lesson: stop running from your story. Stop running from your story. Start reclaiming your testimony. You overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by giving your testimony. Because your past can't hold you hostage if you walked in it healed. Your past cannot hold you hostage if you walked in it healed. If you walk in it healed, it cannot no longer hold you hostage. And I wish more people knew that God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. And this is facts. So yes, you might have been a mess, but now you're a message. You might have been in bondage, but now you're a blessing. You might have been ratchet, but now you're righteous. It's real struggle strength, baby. That's what you gained. That's what you gained. And don't get it twisted. Struggling does not mean you lost. Struggling don't mean that you lost. Struggling means you're still fighting. You're still growing. You're still breathing. That means God ain't finished yet. That means God is not finished with you yet. And that should make you excited. Another lesson: stop comparing your journey. Stop scrolling and thinking you're behind. You're not late. You ain't late. You're in alignment. God moves in seasons, not seconds. And I'm going to say that one more time. God moves in seasons, not seconds. And sometimes he'll hide you in the dark so he can grow you in secret. Stop cursing the cocoon, because the butterfly ain't birthed without. Understand that just like the butterfly, you may have to go in a dark place in order for you to see the marvelous light. In order for you to come out as that magnificent, beautiful being that you truly are, just like that butterfly. And I wish more people understood that rest is not quitting. Just because you pause doesn't mean you are weak. Some of your greatest growth is going to happen when you be still and know that he is God. And hear me on this. You ain't got to have it all together to get started. You ain't got to be perfect to walk in purpose. All you need is a little faith and a whole lot of real struggle. So here's what I'm going to leave with you today. Embrace your scars. They tell a survival story. Walk in your truth even if it makes others uncomfortable. And trust that the same God who brought you to it will bring you through it. And I'm going to say that one more time. And trust that the same God who brought you to it will bring you through it. Because if you woke up this morning, that means your assignment is not over. It ain't over. You're not just a survivor. You're a soldier. You're not just pushing through the pain. You're preaching through it. You are real struggle strength, baby. And baby, the world needs your light. Y'all, this is Keep Talking. This is Real Struggle Strength, y'all. Drop y'all anchor and dock with the Lord so that you know the struggle is your strength. Get G'd up with him so that you can gain the confidence that you need in order to proceed and succeed on yet in this battlefield of life. Receive this living ecstasy, this state of wonderment and mental clarity. And get your mind right and understand that though you struggle, you still have the strength to be able to move forward. Though you struggle, you can still overcome. You can break down boulders. Though you struggle, you are somebody in the eyes of the Lord. And that's all that truly matters. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Y'all, this is Keep Talking. This is Real Struggle Strength again, y'all. I am Allure Unique. You can follow me on all streaming platforms under Allure Unique or Real Struggle Strength Motivation. Y'all can check out my products and attire on realstrugglestrength.com. You can contact me at Allure Unique Styles, and Styles is with a Z at the end. So STYLEZ, Allure Unique Styles at gmail.com. Or you can also contact me at allureuniquestyles.com. I love y'all, and I hope this message really resonates. Have a blessed one.
Hey guys, it's Latif. And so this week we're talking about the one lesson that we think, or I think, that we wish more people would understand. And the one lesson that I wish more people understood is simple. The golden rule. The golden rule. I think that we misconstrue the golden rule. I think that we think that, the golden rule being treat other people the way you want to be treated only applies at certain times. I truly feel that it goes a lot deeper than that. I think that the golden rule goes for instance, say you're 100% right about a situation. You're 100% right? Correct. It's you. another individual, whatever. You're 100% correct. When it comes out, whatever way it comes out, that you were actually correct in the situation. It could be any situation, something from small to something huge, right? Instead of simply taking that lesson, taking it all in, seeing what part I played or you played or whoever the correct party played in it, and seeing where, maybe we might self-evaluate ourselves and, do this deeper meaning, deeper understanding, right? Which in all reality, who really does that? Unless you're really, really, really in, working on yourself hard. And I can say this because I am. I self-reflect often. But unless, you're making like a conscious effort, then I think a lot of times we're not following the golden rule, even when we think we are. So like I was saying, say you're correct about the situation. Say you don't do any self-reflecting, nothing. You're just, I was right, and you may feel that, it's okay to maybe bash that person or throw in their face over and over again that, you're right, or whatever way you act out is a way that you wouldn't want done to you if you were wrong in a situation. So to me, that, the golden rule goes into play with that. To me, the golden rule goes with just small, everyday things. Maybe you and somebody had a disagreement, and then they, ask you a question. Instead of just answering a question, what did you say? I didn't hear you. To me, that's not following the golden rule. Would you want someone to do that to you? So why are you doing it? I feel like if we really follow the golden rule, like really treating people the way we want to be treated, then a lot of problems, a lot of disagreements, a lot of stuff just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. So that's what I think that I wish that, we all would get. Because me too. Now, because I am making this effort to really follow God's plan for me and follow my path, I'll catch myself before I do something that's not exemplifying the golden rule. Or even to go even deeper, once I've done it, and I know good and damn well that I wasn't following the golden rule. I know that I just sat here and treated this person in a way that I wouldn't want. And it may not be that big. It really may not. It could be, I saw somebody in my house drop something and I didn't tell them and I stepped over it instead of picking it up. Something like that, something small. But really, am I really following the golden rule? Are we really following the golden rule? Or is it only when it benefits us? Or is it only just the small things? Okay, I treat people the way I want to be treated. I want someone to hold the door for me, so I'll hold the door for them. Or I would want someone to give me a stick of gum, so if they ask me, I'm going to give. I just feel like it goes so much deeper than that. It really goes. I think that if you really just take a day and say, okay, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to treat everything, every situation, every person the way I would want to be treated. You will see that you're going to react and you're going to act a lot differently than you would. All right. We're in the age of social media. How many times are you scrolling social media and you see something nice or you see a cute little story that somebody shared and you just, you like it, you engage in it, but you're not going to react to it because of who the person is. That's not the golden rule. Would you want someone to do that to you? And that's like a silly example because, come on, like social media after a certain age is really not, but it does come into effect when it comes to the golden rule because it's now here. Now, 20, 30 years from now, it probably would feel silly to even mention it, but it is such a big, a part of life. I'm trying to think what else. Like it's so many things that I see in my daily life, and I'm saying, now would that person want that done to them? I mean, down to cashiers and stores, taking time, you're on your phone scrolling, you see somebody standing there. Maybe there's somebody like me that has a child and, the child is getting a little antsy or anything. But this cashier is just on the phone, and it's because this is my small little store, and I'm the boss. I can do what I want. I'm going to take my time, and these customers just have to wait. Golden rule. At that time, that cashier isn't thinking that he or she may have to go to the bank to drop a deposit off. And what would you do if the cashier does the same thing to you? I feel like when we follow the golden rule, we make that good karma start appearing a little more often than any negative karma or any bad karma. So yeah, that's it. That's what that is what I feel. That's the one lesson that I think that a lot of people, including myself, we just can't get it right. When I hear the golden rule, treat people the way you want to be treated. The older I get, and the closer I get to God, and the more in tune I get with myself, I come to realize that a lot of us are not following. Even if we think we are not. Because if you do anything to anyone else, or any animal, or act out in any situation in a way that you would not want done to you, exactly, no problems, no side-eyeing, but if that's not what you're getting, then you're not following the golden rule. You're not. I'm not following it. You're not following it. A lot of us aren't following it. So I say this to say that try it for just one day. Like, try it for one day of really, really, really treating others the way you really wouldn't mind being treated or would want to be treated. On the flip side of that, there are times where someone may not be treated so well, or you may not respond in a certain way, and it may not be positive, but you can still be following the golden rule. And I say this because if I'm wrong about a situation, and I know good and damn well I'm wrong, like I'm wrong, and someone else that's a part of that situation, or 2 or 3 people, and they call me out for it, and they dig in my behind. I mean, they give it to me good. If I know I'm wrong, then they're still following the golden rule in my book. Because no, I absolutely do not mind being put in my place or treated unkindly if it's what I deserve. So in my eyes, that person is following the golden rule, because I absolutely do not mind. They are treating me the way I would want to be treated, or the way I wouldn't mind being treated. Isn't life deep? It's so deep. But I'll just end this by saying, just try it for one day. Just try it for one day. Really, 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 I mean, down to everything. Everything. Every little thing. Treat people exactly the way you would want to be treated. And just see how you feel laying down at night. See how you feel, right? One thing I know is it will definitely get rid of some of that karmic debt. All right? So, until next time, I'm Latif, owner of Anaj Health and Beauty, where we want you to stay inside out beautiful. And be inside out beautiful. See you next time.
Hey, what's good? Hopefully you enjoyed this installment of Mic Drop Monday. So much motivation, so much inspiration. I don't think that I can wait until next Monday, but we have no choice. Make sure that you like, share, comment, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you never, ever miss another Mic Drop Monday. Minister Robinson, thanks to all of our amazing speakers. Hey, the reason why I do this, you already know. Love you guys.
What? Come on. Gotcha.